Tom here in Clearwater, Florida, taking a few days off, relaxing. Mention what came to mind is time I lost $150,000, and I mean I blew an opportunity, and it was a great lesson. So this is what happened. I had been bird dogging an area called, they call it Channel Islands by the Sea. It's right next to Ventura, California, also known as Oxnard, but that's not the best name. So we all like to use Channel Islands by the Sea. I've been running up and down Ocean Drive. I'd already gotten one property under contract, which I actually made $30,000 on that real quick, and I got to basically use the beach house and live in it for 6-8 months. The deal I want to tell you about right now is one that made one of the biggest impressions on me, even to this day, and it's because I lost the deal. I'd been bird dogging up and down Ocean Drive, and I saw for sale sign on this one property, and I was writing down the number, and all of a sudden the window opens in the house next door, and this kid pokes his head out and he says, "Hey, don't buy that one, buy this one."
Hey, yo, stop and listen. Time is on a mission to eliminate all of the snake oil and the fake gurus that fake y'all. He'll show you how to build an empire, starting with nothing but a desire. All you really need is a good mentor, not a used car bullshit. With time, you'll learn to crush it. Investing like Warren Buffett. With real estate, you cannot procrastinate. Everyone who hesitates is left at the starting gate. Hey, yo, word to your mother. Time ain't like no other, so don't delay and join today. The Mentorship and FlipAnythingUSA. Go.
And I go, well, what's up? And I'm talking from my car. Okay. And all of a sudden the window opens in the house next door, and this kid pokes his head out and he says, "Hey, don't buy that one, buy this one." And I go, well, what's up? And I'm talking from my car. Okay. And he says, "Man," he goes, "my mom's gonna sell this place." I said, "What's her number?" He gave me the number, wrote it down, called her, and this is also about being prepared too, okay? About being prepared. I just discovered the area, and anybody that knows that's in my mentorship or read my book, you gotta know value. It's so important, you gotta know value. You can't take advantage of anything unless you know value. So I called her, and she says to me, I said, "Yeah, hey, your son said this place is for sale." She said, "Yeah," she said, "It's it." And she lived in a place called Bell Canyon, which is kind of an exclusive area back then. This is more than 30 years ago. And she says, "Yeah, I'll sell it to you for $250,000, $50,000 down." She goes, "I'll carry a note for the rest." I thought, wow, that sounds pretty good. But I was super busy, swamped with work, and this was an hour and a half from where I lived at the moment. And I still didn't know value. I didn't know the area. And so I proceeded with all the other leads that I had the rest of that day, went back, drove back home, started looking at this, and I realized, man, that's a deal. That's a great deal. I got a hold of her, but I took a few days to get a hold of her. I called her up and I said, "Hey, let's go ahead and get that deal written." The first thing she said, and this is a Thomism, you can get one of my shirts that says this, by the way, because I've repeated this so many times. First thing that came out of her mouth, she said, "He who hesitates gets left at the starting gate." And I was like, ugh, that doesn't sound good. And she continued on, "I just talked to a realtor, and he told me that if he couldn't sell this property for $420,000, that he would go ahead and buy it himself." And I was like, oh. I said, "All right." I said, "Are you sure there's nothing I can do?" She said, "No." I said, "All right." Anyhow, I'll never forget that. He who hesitates gets left at the starting gate. And if I'd have just acted, if I'd have known value in that moment, at that day, I would have been there, got that thing signed so quick. I would have turned that property. I'd have made $150,000, and that was when $150,000 was a lot of money to me. Okay, it's like 35 years ago. Long story short, I don't let much time go by when an opportunity comes, ever. And that's one of the things you'll learn in my mentorship and in my book, Wake Up and Smell the Real Estate's my book. You can get it on Amazon, Kindle, and Audible, been a bestseller. It's just so important, but I don't want you guys getting left at the starting gate, okay? I was lucky. I got involved with real estate at 19 years old and started making money very early, and it's been wonderful. I can't tell you how wonderful it is. It's almost indescribable. But what I'll tell you that some of the benefits are, and then you can think about it for yourself, is just the ability to write checks for cars. I can write checks for houses, buildings, $1 million buildings, paid cash for them. It's that kind of buying power and that kind of financial strength that makes everything so much easier, and it allows you to help people that you want to help, and there's just not a better. It's really indescribable. You can fill in the blanks for yourself of what that would mean for you. So anyways, I just want to urge you to get my book, watch my videos, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and join this channel and watch the old videos. I've put out hundreds of videos. Find your topic, whether it's making money on commercial, industrial, residential, flipping land. I've done all that stuff. I've made millions of dollars in all those different categories, and I started with zero. And that's why I think you'll find the stuff that I have is going to be pertinent to you, because it doesn't matter whether you're down to zero, starting with zero and you're young, or maybe you're somewhat established and you have a few million. Get in the mentorship if you can afford it. If you can't afford the mentorship, get the book. Anyways, there's a whole world out there that most of you don't know about, and it would be a shame if you missed it. It would really be a shame if you missed it. So thanks for watching, and please hit that like, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you around.